also a great time to make something special in the kitchen, and we have one of the most specialist, bestest dishes ever.
We really do. I was actually just talking to Sherry Dan about exactly what it was we were going to be making, and she said it's called the Ara-Best dish ever, right?
It's a tall order.
It really is. So what all is in the Ara-Best dish ever?
Well, part of my product line, you'll get my Ara-Best dilled onions and a little bit of the juice, and also the Ara-Best pepper jelly with miso and spices.
Okay.
And then we brought along some Sure to Please friends. We've got bacon.
Yeah, I noticed that part. That part gets me excited.
Yes, lots of bacon,
Yeah.
and some cream cheese and sour cream and cheese. Just lots of really soulful and satisfying ingredients, but super simple, easy to put together.
Great.
You can make it on the fly this holiday season or any time.
So how do we start? What's the first step in the process?
Well, I like to take the onions and just rough chop them.
Okay.
We're going to put 6 ingredients together, kind of put it in the oven for a little bit, let it get nice and warm and kind of melded through. So we're going to put the onions in there and put all the cream cheese and things like that together.
Okay.
And then we'll put it in a greased 9-inch baking dish and stick it in the oven for 15 minutes.
All right. And then when it's out and it's warm, then is that when we start adding a lot of the
Yes,
toppings
we'll put
and stuff?
and then we'll put the pepper jelly and the bacon on it.
Okay.
We'll rough chop the bacon as well.
And right there on your screen, you see all the ingredients that are going to be used for this dish. Now, all of the steps and all of the processes to make this are going to be available on our website, fox10tv.com. You just click on the Studio 10 tab, and you at home can make the Ara-Best dish ever, right?
Absolutely. Very simple and easy to make. Very quick, too.
That's fantastic. Well, we will have more on this still to come and our next cooking segment a little bit later in the hour. Joe?
Well, that would be a great gift. Also a great gift, the gift of food. Sheridan Hinton is here with Ara-Best Foods making the Ara-Best dish ever. Now, we talked a little bit about it in the first segment. We need to get started now in the second one. So what do we need to do?
Well, we're going to take 3 tablespoons of the Ara-Best dilled onions and just roughly chop them. You really want them, you don't want them so small that they're not, a noticeable component, but you do want them small enough where they will fit on a yummy Ritz cracker when it's all said and done, or a Frito, or whatever you might like to use on the Ara-Best dish ever. So I'm going to go ahead and add that in. You're going to take a whole block of cream cheese, but we do want to set the cream cheese out, a couple of hours in advance so that it is, super easy to work with, softened up.
Sure.
So after the cream cheese, we're going to do a ½ a cup of mayo.
And while you're adding these ingredients, let's talk a little bit about Ara-Best Foods. Tell the folks who maybe aren't familiar what it's all about.
Well, it is, I grew up in the kitchen with my mother, my grandmother, and my great aunt, and they were always cooking something that smelled wonderful, and they, let me help as I could, whatever they were cooking.
That's the best way to learn.
Yes. But one thing that I always loved is that they had things that were, there was always a bowl of something or several bowls of something with a spoon in them that were great condiments and accessories to the meal, pepper jellies and preserves and pickles and just all kinds of wonderful things. And I really grew up with such an affection for that. And I think it's certainly very Southern and soulful. And so I always loved being able to add a little something special. So, I really enjoyed that. And I realized the older I got that I had really developed more than a fondness. I had really fallen in love with the idea of doing something myself, and something I loved so much, hopefully I could give that back to people that they could enjoy it as well.
So for them to be able to enjoy it as well, how can they find out more about you, and how can they find some of this Ara-Best food?
Well, you can like me on Facebook. It's Ara-Best LLC on Facebook. And then my website is arabestfood.com. And you can go there for a list of all the places that it's sold locally and throughout the Gulf Coast, which we'll be adding to hopefully quite often. And there's recipes. There's lots of different recipes for all of my products. I also have bread and butter pickles and candied jalapenos, which are both very popular as well, which you can go for recipes for those as well. And there's a big list of things.
So arabestfood.com.
Arabestfood.com, that's right.
Sounds good.
We're also going to do a cup of of Colby Jack cheese.
Okay.
And then we're going to do 2 tablespoons of sour cream. So as I said, this is definitely a lavish comfort dish.
Hey, it's the holidays.
That's right. That's right. Just make sure that everything, all the first 6 ingredients are well incorporated. One last thing that I really love to do, just to sort of really permeate the dish with the taste, is I add a tablespoon of the actual dilled onion juice as well.
All right.
And then just mix everything together really well, those first 6 ingredients. And then we're going to just put it in a 9-inch pie dish.
And so this bacon comes afterwards.
The bacon?
All right.
I know everybody's really excited about the bacon, but yes, we will be adding that right at the end. So make sure you grease your pie dish down so it's all easy to come out when your guests are dipping.
And about how long does this bake for again?
Bakes for 15 minutes.
15 minutes.
Yeah, you just basically want to get it sort of melted and yummy and warm.
Well, that's perfect for TV time, because when we come back for our third segment, we'll be able to check it out then, the finished product. Also, we have a cocktail we're going to be working on in just a little bit. You want to slide it on in there?
Absolutely.
All right, we'll put it in. We'll be back in just a little while to check on that. First, we have to check.
We're back with Sheridan Hinton. She's the owner of Ara-Best Food, and she is making the, as we've quoted, the Ara-Best dish ever.
That's right.
I love that name. And not only have we been making the Ara-Best dish ever, we're about to add a nice little side dish to that, a good old-fashioned cocktail.
That's right.
Right? You can't go wrong with that.
Absolutely. Well, I'm going to actually grab the
Okay, go right
Ara-Best
ahead.
dish ever out of the oven.
Now, if you watched some of the previous segments, we had a bunch of different items on the counter. We're going to have all those on our fox10tv.com website. You click on the Studio 10 tab, and that way you can rewatch the other 2 segments. But now it is out of the oven, and now it is complete, and it smells fantastic.
Yes, and what I did right before I put it in the oven is I crumbled about 8 or 10 Ritz crackers on it, so those are nice and toasty. All the cheese is melted and delicious.
You got that good sizzle sound.
That's right, exactly. So we're going to take some of the Ara-Best pepper jelly, and we're going to kind of spoon it over the top. So you get a little something for everyone in this dish. You get a little bit of sweet. You've got some certainly savory. You've got crunchy with the onions and the crackers. And then, of course, we're going to top it off with the command performance of some crumbled or chopped bacon, depending on how crispy you like your bacon. Everybody's a little different. And I love pepper jelly, so I'm being generous, but you can kind of do as much or as little as you choose.
I'm a bacon fan, so I'm going to put you on the spot. How do you like your bacon?
You know, I'm kind of meaty. I like it sort of semi-crispy.
Okay.
You know, I don't love it to sort of fall apart with every bite, but I like a little crunch. So I'm sort of a middle-of-the-road kind of girl.
My mom always made bacon kind of chewy. My Nana always made it really crunchy.
Uh-oh, a war in the family,
Yeah,
right?
kind of, when it came to bacon, but I liked it both ways.
So I've just, I've kind of roughly chopped the bacon.
Yeah.
And I'm just putting it on top of the pepper jelly. And you can, I say about 16 slices.
Okay.
You can kind of put as much or as little as you like. Bacon, of course, is a strong flavor. So
No kidding.
And that is it. Really, that is as easy as it is.
So you just let it cool, and then it's ready to be consumed.
You can really serve it like that. I love a little steam coming off of it, and that cheese sort of being nice and oozy. And it's a great, like I said, it's a really great varied, thing of flavors. It's got, that sort of smoky bacon, a little bit of the sweet.
That's wonderful.
It's got the dill from the onions, that nice sort of acidity. So it's just a little bit of everything.
Well, it looks delicious, and again, we'll have all the ingredients to this on our Studio 10 tab on fox10tv.com. But we've got to move to the cocktail part of this.
Extremely easy cocktail.
Okay.
I like to use everything if possible. So once you're done with your Ara-Best dilled onions, or even if you're sort of done, I made a cocktail called the Naughty Bell.
Okay. The Naughty Bell to go along with the Ara-Best.
That's right.
I like that. They all have a theme.
That's right. I love a theme. So you're going to take a martini glass and you're going to just rinse it out with some vermouth.
Okay. Right.
And then we're going to take a couple of ounces of either gin or vodka of your choice, if there's something you really love.
And this can help with the holidays.
That's right.
It can indeed.
So a couple of ounces of either gin or vodka, whatever your choice is.
Okay.
And then I'm going to add about a half an ounce of my dilled onion juice.
All right.
Just put it in a cocktail shaker with some ice. And you don't even need to kill it, just a couple of shakes to get it nice and chilled. And then we're going to pour it up into a martini glass.
Remember, it's 5 o'clock somewhere, Shirley.
That's right. It's definitely cocktail time somewhere. And then I just garnish it with a little onion sliver, just kind of float it in the top. And
you want me to try it?
I would love for you to try it.
Give it a swig?
That's right.
All right, let's see how this is.
Brave man.
Bottoms
Cocktails
up, right?
first thing in the morning.
Well, again, I've been up since 3:30.
Well, it is happy hour
so
for
to
you
me,
then.
this would be my midday cocktail. Yeah, let's see. Ooh, yeah, that's good. That's good.
Little dill, a little salty.
Very
so-
smooth, dry. I like it.
Yeah.
Well done.
Thank you so much.
And remember, you can get the ingredients to the cocktail. You can get the ingredients to the Ara-Best dish ever, available on Fox10TV.com. Just click on the Studio 10 tab. And now, Joe, I'm assuming you're going to want to try some of this because it's got bacon and, most of all, your favorite ingredient, it's got cheese.